The Burial Blade. This is my favorite weapon in the whole game, mainly because of its flexibility and fluidity. It has hyper armor on some moves, you can change its attacking range between its transform and untransformed mode, you can make a lot of timing mix-ups, and the transform charge R2 has a huge and deceptive range. This weapon is a great offensive tool, but it really shines when being defensive in my opinion. It also looks so cool. This is the weapon of Gehrman, the first hunter. Gehrman is by far my favorite character in Bloodborne. He is the hunter's guide, and is depicted as an old, peg-legged, mumbling man. Only at the end of the game he is shown to be something more than that. But there were other hunts before he became entrapped at the hunter's dream. He once was young, strong, and fast. And when the blood moon rose high, he hunted hunters, and granted them mercy. Hey dudes, Raven of Ash here, and today we'll be invading with the Burial Blade. So the Burial Blade, I love this weapon, and this was a cool invasion, not because of this dude. I think this dude just forgot that he had no HP left, so I was not aiming for a parry, I was just trying to kill him with the weapon. But I really enjoyed playing this guy. This guy was probably a Bloodborne veteran. He's being very reactive, and he's avoiding all my attacks. The Burial Blade is not a very fast weapon. In untransformed mode, that's why I'm trying to use it here. This weapon is not very fast, but this is the R2, the untransformed R2, which has more range than the normal R1. And now this guy went for the heal behind the pillar, so that was a really good play. And he even gets in on the charged transform R2, which has amazing range and a really weird hitbox. And I'm not getting any damage on this dude. He's playing very well, and he's playing not with a very fast weapon, so he's outplaying me. He's playing better than me. But now I'm getting the idea, something that I wanted to try for a while. So I don't really need to heal, but I do, and I immediately fire a shot. The idea here is something Saint Riot has talked about for a while. It's the monkey see, monkey do, so that's what I call this parry. So I heal, and I know that probably he wants to heal because he feels safe, he saw me healing, and now I go for the burrito. Now about this burrito, let's see this again. I'm really far away when I shoot for the parry, and the idea for doing kind of on-demand burritos is that you press the R1 a little bit before you would take the visceral, and so when you do the R1, the game sucks you into the visceral. So that's how I've been making my burritos lately, and I'm getting pretty consistent with it. At more or less any range. So I enjoyed fighting with this dude, GG man. So I left this invasion in because I wanted to show something to you guys. Some people think that guns are only good for getting parries or to do outright damage in blood tinge builds, but that is not true. Guns can be a very good pressure option against players, especially on 1v1s. I'm not going for outright parries right here. I'm just trying to get close to him and using my gun for it. And now when he tries to heal, I'm able to do the R1 and finish the fight. So this invasion was a kind of a long one. This was a 3v1. And I started to fight these two guys, and then another one spawned, and so it became a 3v1. This guy was clearly losing the trades, but he kept swinging. Now, this invasion, what this invasion really showcases is the power of the charged transformed R2. It has a broken hitbox, so the model is smaller than the actual effect of the weapon, and its range is amazing. It's one of the greatest range attacks in the game of any weapon. So this is something I do a lot with this weapon. I unlock, and then I go for the charged R2, which also has hyper armor. The only drawback of this attack is that it wastes a lot of stamina. It wastes about like 90 or 95% of my stamina, so I need to be careful about when using it. And because of its very big arc and broken hitbox, it makes for excellent turn and burns. Here I go for the transformed attack to get the phantom off my back and try to pressure the host. And I tried to go for the plunge attack, and now the other dude also goes for the plunge attack, and I'm lucky I didn't take a lot of damage. So now I know that gum spam is coming because I need to heal, so I swerve diagonally to avoid the bullets. And the transform attack also has hyperarmor. That's why I use it there. And now, while this dude is preoccupied with the mobs, I go for the kill again with the charged R2 because I know that I can outspace him and I can outpoise him. Yeah, but the Burial Blade, its flexibility, it's his main thing. In this invasion, I almost always use it against these two guys on the transform mode, and I often go for 2 R1s because the Barrel Blade does a wide swing. Which is really strong against players that want to come in on you. And now I'm doing what I did on the previous invasion. I'm trying to pressure this guy with the gun. And also, this is why you should always upgrade your guns. Because 80 damage can be up to 10% of another player's health pool, especially if he's a cooperator. So taking 10% damage at the distance really makes a difference. This was a really cool combo. R1 into dash into the charged R2, and look at the range. It's amazing, man. It's one of the best things in this weapon. So after I did the why balancing invasions in Bloodborne is impossible, I decided to do the Blood Vial game. And the Blood Vial game consists in invading until I have like 6 Blood Vials. And so in a lot of invasions I have very little resources. This is because I'm doing more damage than my opponents, even if they are more than me, like 3 opponents at the same time. This is a way of challenging myself and also rebalancing the damage that I'm doing against the damage they are doing. Now, I was looking for this dude for a long time, and now I see that he was hiding from me, and I hate people that hide. Win or lose, I think you should fight, but this guy just tried to avoid the damage before his friend came in. We'll go about that in a while. Now I'm doing what in shooters call wall banging. Which is attacking people through solid objects. Bloodborne has a lot of walls and a lot of structures where you can damage your opponents by going through them, working as intended from software 2015. But anyway, this guy was dodging everything that I was doing, and when being very offensive, this is where the Burial Blade is not as good, because while it has like the curved move set on the untransform mode, it's not really fast, so it's really hard to get a lot of hits in. And now his friend came in, his over-leveled bestword summoned friend. And these dudes are using the door as a choke point, and of course I don't want to go in there. But they don't want to come outside. And I know that the other dude is here around the corner, and I went for the uncharged R2, which is really useful if people want to circle around you. And these dudes are just maintaining that, and the host now starts throwing poison knives. So this situation is not good for me, and now I'm trying to wallbang again, but this time the game works as it should. Now this dude goes for 2 straight R1s, and I take the opportunity to parry this guy. And now I thought that he was going into the room, but he comes into the choke point and he hits me 2 times. which almost kills me. So this dude is doing a lot of damage. Now I bait his attack by staying still. He tries to attack. I dash. I just give the host 2 R1s. I don't want to fight him. I want to fight this dude. Now I go for the backdash, and I perfectly outspace his attack with the charged R2. Now I go for the wake up with the dash into transformed attack, and now I'm just trying to keep pressure on the Phantom until I kill him, which happens now. And now this dude is in panic mode, but now he's just panic dashing, and this fight ends up very quickly. Now I'm trying to find a gesture to show some disrespect to the host for running away, and I go for a shake off cape. There's not a lot of disrespectful gestures in Bloodborne. Now this is an obvious fight. I have Beast Roar, these dudes are on the bridge, you know what's gonna happen. But the funny thing is, these dudes don't care, they just keep coming, and so this makes for an easy kill. They have the numbers. I think these dudes didn't even know what Beast Roar can do. So this was a quick 3v1 on a bridge, like Fighter PL. This is an interesting fight. This was against the host in an NPC summon, the Madara's Twin, which has a shitload of HP and a lot of heals. And this dude is just spamming his gun. I'm not even attacking him, but he keeps parrying me. And the thing about parries is that, again, as in Dark Souls, you just need to know when you hit that button. And this was a parry from almost the top range, but you need to be able to predict your opponents. It's not a matter of luck most of the times. So this was a cool 3v1. I went for a blue elixir here because it's really strong in this game. And notice how there's a guy in here waiting for me. And I also know that there are dudes outside fighting. So I just go for 2 R1s against this guy to keep him off. And I want to go for the guy that's outside that doesn't know that I'm attacking the host. I don't want to fall on their trap. I want them to fall on mine, which is the blue elixir. Now, one of them, that dude had really low HP, so he got destroyed in 2 hits, which is not normal with this weapon, but the dude had like 400 HP. Now that arcane thingy is doing a shit ton of damage. He did like 80% of damage to me. But this guy is spamming, and I'm just waiting for the Mr. Dick in the box in there to come at this guy. And now the tables have changed, and I use the gun to kill this dude. Now it's time to go for the host that just runs away, which is a good idea, because with the mobs he's not going to kill me. And this guy was not fighting too bad. Here I go for this is a thing that guns do very well. They stop your opponent's momentum, and that's what allowed me to go for the R1. So you can always safely do a shot into an R1, and he will have to back off because you'll have the initiative. So he outspaced my R2, and now we're just dancing here. He goes for the Tonitrus, so I know that parries are incoming. And so I become much more careful. Now I go for the R2 because the R2 has a good range on this untransformed state. And now I know that this dude needs to heal, so I time my parry after he finishes his dash. Now let's look again at the burrito. It's the same technique I was explaining to you earlier. You get the parry, and then you come in, and then you do the R1, and the game sucks you into the visceral. You have to do the R1 like a fraction of a second before you would do the visceral, but if you do a lot of them with practice, it's kind of a second nature. So this is the build. It's a skill build with a touch of arcane and 21 endurance and 28 vitality. The gems I'm using are found in the Winter Lanterns before Orphan of Cause, so no challenge dungeons here. And also I'm using the Hunter's Pistol because Gehrman has uses a pistol as well as the blunderbuss, but he's young in this video, so he doesn't need a blunderbuss to hit people. So that's it, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time. Riven out.